This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, December 9th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. In case you needed a reminder, 16 more shopping days until Christmas. The Annapolis police reported 2 disturbing incidents on Friday morning in what seems to be a recurring crime in the city. On Thursday afternoon at about 1:35 p.m., a 12-year-old boy was approached on the 1200 block of Tyler Avenue by a group of juveniles who assaulted him and stole his cell phone. A passing motorist did yell at the suspects, who then stopped assaulting him and ran away. The victim did sustain minor injuries, and police were unable to locate any suspects. A little bit later on, same day, just before 9 p.m., a man was walking along Bay Ridge Avenue near the intersection of Springdale Avenue when he was approached by a group of juveniles from behind who pushed him to the ground, kicked him repeatedly, and stole his money and fled the area on the foot. That victim was transported for non-life-threatening injuries to an area hospital. Officers looked through the area and again did not locate any suspects. Seems like there's been an awful lot of those gang of juveniles beating up on people lately. In other city news, Annapolis Mayor Buckley has announced that he's decided to purchase a $2.2 million plot of land on Hudson Street to house the new public works facility, which effectively kills the land swap that was proposed initially. There are some council members that are a little bit upset because this was done unilaterally without advice from all of the council, from what we understand. But according to David Jarrell, who is the director of public works and is slated to become the city manager, he says this is a shovel-ready site, which is a big advantage. We can continue to use our current contractor and architect who will adapt the previous plans to the new site, which is cleared and graded. This site is expected to be less expensive to build out than Spa Road or Forest Drive. Now, the city did not release any costs associated with the engineering, the design, or the construction that already started on the original site, which was Spa Road, where the current public works is. That was halted by Mayor Buckley just as soon as he took office so he could pursue the land swap. Now, while Gerald thinks that the site on Hudson Street is ideal for building the facility, it is unclear if there's going to be a new traffic signal installed at West and Hudson Street, because the current intersection is not signalized and it sits about 250 feet away from the West Street and Route 2 intersection. A busy road to be sure. Now, the mayor said that once the Department of Public Works has moved into the new facility and that's all built out, the city may dispose of its Spa Road property. And he said he would take any proceeds from that sale to shore up infrastructure in and around the Forest Drive area, including enhanced safety for pedestrians and bicyclists. But there is a little bit of a glitch there. No one knows if that property is saleable at this point. There was a recent Maryland Department of Environment report that said that the property does need significant hazardous material mitigation. Some of the aldermen have questions on this purchase, and that will come up at tonight's City Council meeting. And an update into some football news. Looks like Navy is going to be playing in the Liberty Bowl against the Kansas State Wildcats. And here in Annapolis, it looks like the North Carolina Tar Heels versus the Temple Owls in the Military Bowl on December 27th. Of course, we will have coverage on both of those games. In the continuing grocery wars in Annapolis, and boy, here's a little bit of a twist that we didn't see. The union representing the employees of the Shoppers Market on Solomon's Island Road sent out a statement on Friday afternoon saying that Lidl has purchased that location and will take it over on January 2nd, 2020. Now, Lidl already is in the process of developing a store across from the Bay Ridge giant on Bay Ridge Road, and just as recently as November 6th, we spoke with them, and that was still moving forward. Chandler Ebier from Lidl's Public Relations Department told me, "We are currently working closely with local officials on approvals for the site, and I can tell you that we are excited to bring Lidl's award-winning shopping experience to customers in Annapolis community and look forward to opening in the future." The shopper site is about 45,000 square feet, which is more than double the average Lidl size here in the U.S., which is about 20,000 square feet. We did reach out to Lidl for an update. We've not heard back. However, we did talk to the owner of the property on Bay Ridge Road, and they have said that as far as they know, things were progressing as planned with the county and Lidl, and they were unaware of this acquisition of the Shoppers Place. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens there. And finally, I've got a holiday gift idea for you. Crab compost. Yes, Christmas crab compost is available now through December 20th in gift-ready decorated 15-pound bags with a gift tag for only $10 plus tax. Yes, Annapolis Green is doing this again, and you can actually order them online at annapolisgreen.com. Show up at their office, which is at the corner of State Circle and Maryland Avenue. 92 Maryland Avenue is the address, and they'll bring it right out to your car, or you can stop by their office during normal business hours and pick up a bag. Also, you can pick them up at our favorite hardware store, K&amp True Value. So what's so unique about crab compost? Well, it is a one-of-a-kind gift. There is very little chance of somebody else giving the same gift. It has a fabulous backstory, and that backstory is that it is made out of the 14.5 tons of crab waste from the Annapolis Rotary Crab Feast. It does guarantee an experience, and everyone says that it makes your garden grow incredibly. Very difficult to re-gift, and it always makes people laugh. So that seems like a pretty good gift idea to me, and thanks to Annapolis Green for bringing that together. And speaking of our friends over at KB True Value, Jared Lippman has reported that their annual school donation program this year has contributed over $10,000 to 15 area school PTAs. During the fall, shoppers can go in and designate schools that they would like to benefit. And this year, 15 schools got checks ranging from $71 all the way up to $1,700. And they included Annapolis Elementary, Annapolis Middle, Annapolis High, Bates, Eastport Elementary, Georgetown East, Germantown, Hillsmere Key, Monarch, St. Anne's, St. Martin's, St. Mary's, Tyler Heights, West Annapolis. Way to go, great neighbor, K&B True Value. And since that program was instituted back in 2009, they have donated more than $34,000. And finally, just one final word on West Annapolis and their Winterfest/European holiday market. Just go. This is an incredible experience. They did a bang-up job this weekend, and lucky for everybody, it is happening again next weekend. The hours are noon to 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Get over to West Annapolis and experience some of the great food and some of the very, very unique vendors that you might find over there. All right, that does it for us today. It is Monday. We have Ann Alsina with your Money Monday report coming up. We also have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast coming up, and it's getting a little bit dicey. If you didn't check out our Saturday Legacy Business Series, make sure you give that a listen to. We spoke with Jen Donohoe from Mills Fine Wine and Spirits, and that was a lot of fun. Anytime you're in a liquor store, that's kind of fun. So that's that. All that coming up in just 1 minute.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us. Men and women who serve without expecting anything in return. Which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, December 9th. The weekend was a nice one across the Annapolis region, despite being a bit on the cool side. But changes are ahead, starting with a bit of rain and warmer temps in the 50s today, followed by more rain and likely 60s for highs tomorrow, before a strong cold front moves through the region late Tuesday into early Wednesday, possibly causing any precipitation still in the area to change to snow overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning before skies finally clear, with highs only in the 40s on Wednesday, and then only in the 30s on Thursday. As for the rest of the week, it'll be cool and clear on Friday with more 40s, likely followed by more rain Saturday and Sunday, including a potential for Saturday's Army-Navy game at 3 p.m. in Philadelphia to be a wet and windy affair. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Your money, managing and investing it can be confusing and sometimes scary. Here to help you put your financial picture into focus is Ann Alsina from Covington Alsina with your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of Covington Alsina with your Monday Money Report. The market was volatile last week based on concerns about trade and a soft manufacturing report. Overall, we are still positive over the last month and for 2019. 3 of our 5 recession watch indicators have turned yellow, or on watch. These are the Treasury yield curve, leading economic indicators, and the purchasing manager's sentiment. Both market breadth and market valuation are still green, indicating we still have room for the market to grow. Looking at the other side of your balance sheet, if you're worried about debt, there are approaches that may work to help you pay that down in the new year. And before you tackle that, there are 2 other important things to consider. First, it's important to have an emergency fund. Even if you're saving $10, $20, $50 a paycheck, building a cash reserve is critical because life happens. If your employer offers matching funds for retirement savings, consider contributing enough to take full advantage of that match. It's free money. Once you have those 2 things under control, you can work on your debt in one of 3 ways. First, and I have to say it's my least favorite, is the avalanche method. You pay the minimum on your debts, and everything extra you can spare goes to the account with the highest loan balance. Once that is paid off, you focused on the next largest balance, and so on. The problem I have with this method is that it takes a while to see concrete results and requires serious discipline to keep at it without any sense of satisfaction. The second method is the snowball method. It's the opposite of the avalanche. You put all your extra money towards the account with the smallest balance. This provides significant psychological satisfaction and reasons to continue. You feel success each time another account is paid off. The most financially sound method is to pay off the account with the highest interest rate first. You will pay the least amount of interest overall and finish the soonest. However, sometimes the positive reinforcement you receive from the snowball method will encourage you to stick with the plan. Regardless of the method you use, tracking your financial picture with regular reviews of account balances, both savings and debt, will help keep you moving towards your goals. Dr. Edward Deming, an NYU professor, often said, "That which is measured improves." A big part of achieving your financial goals is having a plan and regularly reviewing it to make sure you're on track. If you're interested in learning more, our calendar of educational events for 2020 is up on our website, www.covingtonalsina.com/events. This coming Saturday, we will be hosting Second Saturday, a workshop for women who are contemplating or in the early stages of divorce. All performance referenced is historical and no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to investing. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with Covington Alsina. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. Covington Alsina and Great Valley Advisor Group are separate entities from LPL Financial.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zachary's for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zachary's. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.